Well, guys, somebody broke the news to me that my swing sucks. Welcome back to another episode of Knock Stiff Golf. I'm Kyle, and I'm just a fellow golf addict that happens to live in Anchorage, Alaska. When it's snowing here, I'm not getting to play much golf, but you'll find me on YouTube talking about it. So guys, I got a little something in the mail that I wanted to show you. So as you guys see, I picked up the Callaway Rogue 3 wood. I have the Rogue driver right now, absolutely love it. Just not quite ready yet to jump up to the Epic Flash stuff, so I'll let a few people try it out and give me some feedback before I look at upgrading that in another 3 years. We'll see. I'm just not one of those guys that always is upgrading gear too much, even though the last 2 years, that's probably a lie. Anyways, so today's video is a little bit different than what I normally do. I've been working on my swing a little bit, and out of pure luck, I synced up with a guy on Instagram, zachwoodsgolf. I'll put his links down below. He kind of gave me some feedback on my swing, and we got kind of talking and chatting. Super nice guy down in Texas, and we just kind of clicked and chatted, and this is kind of the feedback he gave me. And I just encourage you, if you're looking for help on your swing, on your game, hit him up, and he's got some specials going on for some new students, so check those out below, and let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? So I know this is a little different than normal, but I just kind of want to go through some swing thoughts that I'm working on. I want to thank Zach Woods Golf on Instagram. He hit me up, kind of gave me some feedback on some things with my swing, and I think that really helped me kind of get some better visuals in my head about what's been going on with my swing. And so as you'll see on the screen, we got kind of a side-by-side comparison. On the left side, we have kind of my older swing, and on the right side, we have a newer swing. On the right side, I am swinging with a Tour Striker Smart Ball to kind of get my body in the right positions that we've been kind of talking about and working on. So it's not going to be perfect, and obviously the sizings aren't correct, but let's just go through this real quick. Here's a slow-mo of my old swing here on the left. All right, so we got that one. And then here is the newer swing that I'm working on right now. I'm one of those people that's guilty of thinking their swing probably looks better than it actually does. I've always grown up kind of hooking the ball and just not being a real solid striker of the golf ball. I duck hooked a lot, and then I finally, over a few years, kind of worked it back to a cut. And now it's just, I'm at the point where I felt like I was like, oh, I'm in a good place, but I just noticed my miss would be a duck hook, or I would just be pushing stuff way out left. And as a lefty, that I hope that makes sense. But so I put a swing up that I did a few days ago, and when Zach hit me up, he kind of broke it down for me in some ways that I thought were really helpful, and some of the stuff I hadn't heard before. And so if we go over here on the left, we're going to look at one of my first mistakes, I think, in my swing. And if you'll notice, these angles are slightly different. This one's more down the line, and this one's kind of at an offset, so it's not going to be perfect, but this is what we're working with right now. So you see right here on the left, this club head kind of gets in line with my hands, and what Zach wanted me at is more of a position like this. The club head outside of my hands right here, and that helps me to kind of get it more on plane, essentially. And so then we look at the second part that he kind of noticed, and when we get about here, up to the top, which isn't too bad, I still have a little bit of a knee flex in my trail leg right here. The video that he analyzed was a little bit more flexed, which he wanted to see a little bit straighter, just in terms of my turn. And so then you'll see on the right, the leg is still a little flexed. It's a little better, I think, but my hips don't look to be quite as turned as they should right now. And so this is kind of one thing that I need to work on, is if you look at my shoulder plane right here, it's very flat, and he pointed this out, that it should be more aimed down towards the ball in a sense, my shoulders. And so this is maybe a little better, but it's still not great, and that's something I really need to work on. But that's what brings us to kind of the main mistake in my swing, and I totally agree with him on this, is my trail elbow right here. I'm so used to tucking this into my left side to kind of, you know what, I don't know why I did it. I just would look at videos and I could see my club face matching the back of my right hand, and I always thought that was a really key position to be in. And you'll see over on the right, I still maintain that, but my elbow's in a far different place. This is kind of laid off and tucked back. And that kind of makes me, as we'll see here, is when I come through, like this position right here just is terrible to me. I hate this after he's pointed it out. My arms just almost form just a perfect line right here, which means that I need to come through impact and and really kind of flip those hands through, and timing is just very key right there. And I think that's where the duck hook comes. If I get the body not rotating enough and I flip my hands through, I'll get a duck hook, and if I rotate properly, I could come through with that face open and push it way out left. And I really want to work on minimizing those kind of misses this year, and I just look at that position and it's ugly to me. And I mean, that's a big thing I want to fix right there. So you'll see that I have the smart ball right here. Sorry, this isn't the greatest graphics, but we'll see that this is a bit of a shorter backswing, just because I don't think I have the flexibility at the moment to kind of turn higher and still keep my elbows this close together. You also notice that here I'm at a much more upright angle with my lead arm versus this kind of flat laid off angle that I have there. And so when I'm coming through, I can drive this elbow. It's still not perfect, it's better. I need to kind of get this maybe a little bit more tucked in this way if I can. And that'll really, as Zach would kind of say, is leave some space in there for me to rotate through and powerfully hit the ball. And so this, I have just a ton of room right here, versus when I'm coming through here, that elbow is way tucked back. Compared, this one's almost against my side, and this one's not even touching me, it's out there. And you can even look at kind of, well, they're similar, but I think I just have so much more room at impact on the right, it feels like. And so these are just a couple things. This was a video on the left from about 3 days ago, and this was a video from last night. And so even just from these subtle changes, I can already kind of feel a difference. I know that's kind of the right direction I want to take my game. It's something that is going to take some time because, to be honest, it's very uncomfortable. So I've kind of dedicated myself to swinging with the smart ball every night. For at least, I want to get in 100 swings a night, 100 good, solid swings. I don't know if that's going to for sure happen, but I want to swing every night and start grooving that feeling, because if there's one thing I know with training aids is we can rely on them as a crutch a lot of times, because when you bring it out to the course and you don't have that sensation of that training aid in your swing or where your hands are or between your arms, whatever it may be, that can cause you to totally forget everything that you had. So I really just don't want to rely on that too much. I want to get this grooved as quickly as possible, in the sense that I can start practicing without it, and when I get my swing on film, I'll be able to kind of get into those positions naturally without it. Let's swing it back to how I normally do this and wrap this thing up.
So as you guys can see, this was just kind of a recap of an online lesson that I received and just different things that I can be working on with my swing. If you're kind of feeling you need a little update on the swing, reach out to Zach Woods Golf, see what he's got going. He's got a few specials for online students right now. It's important to keep up with your swing and not let some of the parts get too wonky like mine did, and come into this spring a little bit stronger. So as always guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with somebody that needs some golf content, and let me know in the comments below if you kind of appreciated this different aspect than what I'm usually doing. So as always guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.